Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Black Men Refuse to Approach Black Women. Now they're mad. Let's get right into it.
From what I've heard, sometimes it's like women are embarrassing. When they shut you down, they shut it down for an audience instead of, politely declining. Or sometimes I don't feel like the maturity is there where we can be like, you know what, like, I'm just not interested. I don't think men know sometimes how to approach women because we're so iffy with our attitudes and our moods and being approachable. I think if sometimes we walk around with a little smile, somebody might say something to you because you may look happy. So I think it's a combination of sometimes women just be giving off the don't talk to me vibe.
She got a point there, man. A lot of girls be walking around with a resting B face, and honestly, we're like, we don't want to deal with this. We don't got to deal with this. We're aging like wine. You're aging like milk. We're going to see who's going to win in the long run. It ain't going to be you, okay? Women might get the first laugh, but men always get the last laugh, okay? But I have more women here trying to break down why men are no longer approaching women. Why are men no longer approaching women? We know, but let's see what they have to say and we'll respond to it.
I need to know something because I want to know if it's just like where I live or if it's a universal thing. I just feel like men don't approach women anymore. And I want to know, is it just where I live? And I live in Rhode Island. So I want to know, like, do men approach women in other cities? Because I feel like when I talk to other women from different, like, cities, like, more, like, popular cities, men approach them. But, like, here, I just don't get that vibe. So I want to know. Because when I go into other cities, men approach me. But, like, here, it's like, I don't know. I don't get that vibe. Tell me. Let me know. I need to know.
So here, I'll give her some credit. She has a pretty face, but she's a pretty face, overweight Keisha. A pretty face, overweight Keisha. I like her hair. She got natural hair. But here's the reality. She just doesn't think it has anything to do with her, right? Because men have to approach women, right? Women are supposed to be approached by men. That's the way it's supposed to be. Well, women are also supposed to have a, hourglass shape. You feel me? Women are supposed to also have hips wider than their waist. I don't see you doing that, but no knock to her. I'm just saying, like, talking about what things supposed to be. You ain't what women are supposed to be. Anyway, here's this delusional Keisha that I had to use for the thumbnail because what she says is just completely shocking. Let's listen to what she got to say and we'll respond to it.
So I just had a thought. I'm somebody who doesn't get approached in public by men, right? And for the longest time, I wondered, why is that? But it just dawns on me. It's because I'm perfect. Oh, I'm too perfect. Like, just gorgeous and beautiful and all those good things. What do you even say to somebody like me when you see me in public? Somebody so ethereal and otherworldly. Men probably see me in public and think their schizophrenia is acting up. They're hallucinating. And before you comment and say anything like, no, it's because you're so big and tall and you don't have any fucking hair and you're kind of masculine looking. Don't. I'm not hearing any of that. I'm dead set on being fucking perfect and unapproachable and unattainable. That's all it is, for real. So I just had a thought.
Imagine being this delusional. Now, I'm going to give her just due because I'm not a liar, okay? I don't just hate women. Okay, I might hate some of the things they do, but I don't hate women, okay? Now, she is attractive. I got to give her that, okay? But you got a septum ring, baby. You got a septum ring, so that just automatically disqualifies you. I did a video on this. If you guys haven't peeped that, go check that out. The things that men must disqualify Keisha's for, and a septum ring is one of them, okay? Also, you got a brace face. Look, I understand that you're trying to straighten out your teeth. I get that. But in the meantime, girl, it must sting when you go down on the guy, okay? We don't want metal next to our junk. That is a no-no, okay? We don't trust you. Things will get caught in places you don't expect them, okay? So look, you are attractive. I'm not saying you aren't, okay? But from what you're saying, if you're tall and you're big, that might not be a good thing, okay? So you might be a pretty face with a big back. That ain't a good thing, I'm just saying, okay? But there are more delusional Keishas, okay? How about this Keisha? This Keisha is completely delusional. Completely delusional. Let's listen to what she has to say and we'll respond to it. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
Tripping, yes or no? So I was just in Walmart and this guy was trying to talk to me. He said, hello. I said, hi. He said, how you doing? I didn't respond. Was it rude? Yes. But I had a feeling that something was going on. He went and checked out from the corner of my eye, I saw. And then 6 minutes later, I go and check out. Why when I'm walking out of Walmart, he pops out of nowhere and is walking out of Walmart with me too. Did you not just check out your stuff 5 minutes ago? Why are you just now leaving? We get out the store. He goes in his direction. I go to my car. I'm already feeling eerie about it. So I'm looking for him. He's short, okay? So I can barely see him between the cars. I'm looking for him. I don't see him. Get to my car, put my stuff in the trunk. I turn around. He's right there. Ma'am. I said yes while opening my car door just in case. He goes, I was trying to see. I cut him off and I said, why are you following me? He didn't know what to say. He was, I don't think I'm following you. What is your definition of following me? Not only did you wait till I finished checking out, you wait till I got out the store, wait till I got to my car, then to approach me when there's no cameras around. I'm not the delusional one here. I said, no, thank you. I'm not interested. He was polite enough to leave. I give him that. But before that, why are you following me around in the store? And it wasn't the type where they follow you around.
She couldn't wait to tell you this story. She couldn't wait to get to the internet to tell this story. Because she wants us to believe that this happens to her all the time. People always trying to pursue her. This is looking a hot mess, Keisha. She looks a hot mess. Bro, this girl is below average. Respectfully. I know she probably thinks, oh my God, I'm going to let y'all know because men be pursuing me. Lady, you said he was short and he's following you around Walmart. Looks like he's a loser and you're a loser, okay? I don't even shop at Walmart to avoid creeps like y'all. Both of y'all creeps. You know what I'm saying? If I step foot in a Walmart, I'm running through the aisles and I'm running back to the checkout. I ain't trying to be seen around you goofies, okay? But this looking a hot mess, Keisha really wants us to believe that people out here chasing her, looking for her. Bro, ain't nobody looking for you. Ain't nobody chasing you. She got 8,000 followers. Okay, shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, TikTok's kind of easy to build up a following. I won't lie. If you just do the story times and show your butt, you can build a following. Try that on YouTube. Not as easy. I'm just saying, not as easy. But this video that she put out got 83 likes and 17 comments. Mediocre, okay? Mediocre. You ran to the internet for what? We're not even that impressed, okay? But she ain't the only looking a hot mess Keisha, okay? I like to call this a clown face Keisha, a blue hair Keisha, okay? Let's listen to what she has to say because the delusion continues.
Now, I'm going to say something part 2 that's going to make y'all feel a certain type of way. So come on and just listen with me. If you are an attractive woman that has your shit together and you are well put together, most men are not going to approach you. Yeah. Most men are not going to approach you because, honey, they're not going to know what to do with you. They don't even know what to do with themselves. So therefore, approaching a woman who has their shit together is like, what do I do with her? She's smart, she's educated, she's beautiful. Men are intimidated because they don't see their place. If they feel like they don't have a place in your life or something that you need them for, they don't know what to do, women. So get used to maybe like not either you're gonna approach a man, which is crazy, right? Or you're waiting for these men who just don't feel like you are on their level, because 9 out of 10 you're not, honey. You're not. You're higher. You are too expensive for these men, and that's okay. Just figure out whether you're okay to be too expensive or whether you want these type of men and this type of energy, because to be honest, they are afraid of us. When you come as a full package, good credit, good coochie, good mental health, not begging for things, not needing them, they don't know where to fit in. They're like, I just don't know where I fit in your life. I've heard this myself. Men tell me, I don't know. What do you need me for? Baby, I want you. I don't need you, but I want you. But I do want you to come with your shit together. So ladies, decide what you want to do, because these men are, very intimidated by us women that are well put together. We're diamonds in the rough. I love you. Book a Reiki session, wax with me, micro.
She got Reiki, she got wax, she got a whole setup. Now, this clown face Keisha really believes that we think men are intimidated about her because she got her ish together. She got good coochie, according to her. If you listen to any girl, every girl's going to say she got good coochie. Every girl says this. I've never heard a girl say my coochie whack, my coochie stink. I never hear her say, oh yeah, you might like me, I got a cute face, but my coochie stink. They never say that. You always surprised, like, damn girl, how you ain't tell me? You know what I'm saying? You know how many, and she's not, I think she's below average because the blue hair just is terrible. But side story, you don't know, and it didn't happen that many times, but it happened one too many times. Like, if it happens twice, it's too many, okay? But I've been with beautiful women. I kid you not, beautiful women, 8, 9s, and 10s. If I show you a picture of them, you're like, damn, she bad as hell. And the coochie was stank. Yeah. This is why I prefer to date vegan girls, because vegan girls smell better, taste better. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all want these girls that be champing miles, drinking Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? This is what y'all want. Y'all want a girl who pussy smell like the chicken shack. Not me, okay? I don't, okay? You can do whatever the hell you want. Anyway, back to her. It's funny because if you let her give her self-estimation, she's so valuable, you're so valuable, then how come you not producing a result? How come if you're so valuable, you keep talking about men that are intimidating you? How come you always talk about men that are below you? How come you never talk about these men are so above me, they're making millions of dollars, what I'm making a year, they make in a month? How come you're not talking about those guys? Because those guys exist. Those guys exist. People understand that, and I've learned this as I became a YouTuber. You know, I'm not there yet, but obviously I'm going to be there. But I know some dudes on YouTube that are making $200,000 a month. I know them personally, and they're younger than me. And you think if you make $200K a month, more than she makes in a year, you're going to date a girl with blue hair like that? Blue hair clown face Keisha? And she talking about, oh yeah, you got to come with your shit together. You never attract men with their shit together, baby, because you're not on their level. See, this is the problem with a lot of women, right? They assume they're on a level that they're not on. You're not on that level, baby. You got a striped shirt, blue hair, you know what I'm saying, the weird ass earrings you got on. Girl, you not her. And don't take my advice. Even TikTok don't think you her. This video got 6 comments. 6 comments and 32 likes. And she thinks she that girl. Look, I'm happy that you're doing well for yourself. I get it. You're doing well for yourself. You're doing better than the bums that you attract. But here's the reality. If you attract bums, baby, it's because you a bum. Okay? You are not a trophy wife. But hey, that's just my opinion, okay? Maybe she thinks differently. Anyway, here's another delusional Keisha, okay? Let's listen to what she got to say and we'll respond to it.
All right, I have a question. Men who see beautiful women and stare at them, but don't approach them, what is your problem? What is your problem? So you see a beautiful woman, you admire her from distance, but you cannot approach her to say, excuse me, you're beautiful. Can I have your number? Y'all can't do that anymore. You can't do that anymore. Oh my God. All right, I have a question.
I don't know if I think you're beautiful. You do have a very interesting cheekbone structure that makes you look like an alien. And the eyelashes don't help either. But I don't know if I would go on to say beautiful. You alright. You okay. But the reality of it is she thinks she's entitled to men approaching them. This is what women think. Oh, I got good pussy. Oh yeah, I'm beautiful. Men should want me. It's the arrogance, right? It's the arrogance. Just like I see it in the gym too. A girl will have a big butt and she walk around like, oh yeah, I got a big old butt. Girl, we don't care. Yo, you are impressing men that never smash a girl with a big butt. That's who you impressing. You don't impress me. I've been there, done that. Multiple times. Now look, I wasn't always that guy. I won't pretend like I was. I always got pretty girls throughout my life, but I had to learn not to put my foot in my mouth. A lot of times I had to learn with women that I can't speak my mind because it offends them. Because women, I like to speak the truth and women are offended by the truth. So I had to learn to just keep my mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? If I want to get some. If I want to get a nut, keep my mouth shut. That's what I learned, right? That's why I wrote the book, Be Attractive and Shut Up. I hope you guys enjoy it. Tell me if you read the book and if you're enjoying it. I know it's a quick read, but it's not I didn't design it so it'll take you 6 months to read a book. I want you to get the good stuff right away, okay? And I'm writing some more books. But the point I'm trying to say is that women expect you. They feel entitled to. And this is why they're so shocked that we're not approaching them. Men, give ourselves a round of applause. We're not going to keep approaching these broads, okay? We're not. Anyway, let's go back to normal looking girls. This girl's a decently attractive girl, and she's trying to figure out too why men not approaching me, right? So we got the clown face Keishas, nobody approaching them. Now we got Marisol trying to figure out why men are not approaching her either. Let's listen to what she has to say and we'll respond to it.
Why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? See, shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women. The masculinity on earth has diminished drastically that guys don't even come up to you anymore. They'll just stare at you from a distance. As a woman who's trying to embody her feminine energy, you're not going to catch me going up to the guy. You're just not. We can just stare at each other. See, shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women, because guys don't do that anymore. If God were to guarantee that your 20th person would be the love of your life, you would be so happy to be rejected by all 19. So why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? We don't chase. We signal like, you can come up to me now. But all men do is just look at you now. And of course, like, if the woman is interested, she's going to keep looking your way too. But it just like stays like that. Nothing ever happens because men don't walk up to women anymore. Or they're just tired of being rejected. But it's like, if God were to tell you that you're going to go through 20 rejections before you get to your yes, and that's going to be the love of your life, you guys would be so happy to go through all 20 because you would just be so closer to the love of your life. Come on, guys. You guys got to do better. Why are men not...
You see, again, women are so entitled. You guys are so entitled. You just expect us not only to chase you, pursue you, spend money on first dates, keep trying to win you over. For what? We don't know you. And then you're talking about approaching 20 girls. Look, if a guy has any success with women, he approaches 20 girls, he's going to get a good portion of the 20 girls. He might get 7, 8 girls, which is still a good amount of girls. If you went from 0 to 8 girls that you're talking to a lot of girls. And that's the girls that you approach, right? What about the ones you meet online? See, this is why you guys got to blame the internet. We're not approaching women in person anymore because of Me Too, this and that, all these different social movements. Y'all talking about that masculinity died. Masculinity did die, but not because we're not approaching women. It's because you feminize everybody. You think everybody should be in touch with their emotions, Emotional intelligence is when a man knows he can be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. We're not approaching you because when we do approach you and we are quote-unquote vulnerable, y'all make a scene of it. Like what the first girl said, y'all be acting out for people. Y'all want to reject somebody, run to TikTok and brag about how y'all rejected somebody. Meanwhile, you're like her and you're upset that nobody approached you. Please make it make sense. One girl trying to brag how she rejects somebody, another girl trying to figure out, well, how come men don't approach me? Don't you see the chaos here? Don't you see the hypocrisy here? Y'all don't see it. I know, because women don't pay attention. Okay? Anyway, here's a guy that actually approaches women, and he tries to break down why men don't approach women anymore. Let's listen to what he has to say, and we'll respond to it.
This is exactly why guys do not approach women anymore. Just for some context, I posted a video like 2-3 days ago. It's nearly on like 500,000 views. The video is about me and my boy approaching 2 females, and we successfully got their socials. If you haven't watched it already, go and check it out. You won't be disappointed. There seems to be a big issue in today's generation where guys, boys, men are scared to approach females that they actually like. Studies have shown that 45% of men aged between 18 to 25 have never actually approached a woman in person. Now, in the video I made, you see me successfully explaining how me and my boy went about approaching 2 females that showed us interest in the first place. I teach guys in the video what to do if they want to have a successful approach. The majority of the guys in the comments are bigging up the video, they're gassing up the video, saying this is a good video. But a lot of the girls in the comments are, calling it weird, calling it creepy, whatever. And this is why some of you girls will die single, you know what I'm saying? Some of you girls watching this will never get married, you'll never have a boyfriend, you'll never have children because a guy or men in today's generation are scared to approach you. Approaching is definitely a lost art, you know what I'm saying? A lot of men don't approach now because they're simply scared. They have a fear of harassment, accusations. They don't want to be labeled as creeps. And look at the comment. This girl said, bro, this is just sad. So now approaching someone who you potentially want to get to know is classified as sad according to girls of today's generation. This girl who commented this, ask your father if he's still in your life. Ask him how he met your mother. Ask him if he had to approach her, because I'm sure back in his day, he didn't have social media and he had to go out and approach a female to actually, end up having someone like you as their kid. So yeah, man, you guys who are scared of approaching, make sure you follow me. I'm going to drop many more.
Okay. Listen. I respect what he's saying, okay? And a lot of men, they can't do this. You guys don't have the confidence to do it. I get it. And this is why you guys really should get into shape, but I don't got to keep telling you that. The Red Pill Ray teaches you guys, get on your fitness-ish, okay? You don't understand, very small percentage of men have fit bodies. Like, literally, 7% of men or less have a fit body. To tell you like this, six-pack abs are so rare, you're more likely to become a millionaire than you are to get six-pack abs. That's how rare it is. Yeah, I think it's 1 out of 10,000. It's rare. It's rare, okay? So shout out to my boys who put hard work in the gym. Listen, the choice is yours, okay? There's pain in life. You ain't no avoiding pain, okay? I know a lot of people, I ain't going to the gym hurts and I don't like it. There ain't no avoiding pain. You either going to have pain by weakness leaving the body, or you're going to have pain by weakness entering your body. You decide. You want it to leave your body or enter your body. Either way, if you don't work out, you're going to be weak. You're either getting stronger or weaker. There is no purgatory, okay? You're either growing or dying. There is no purgatory, okay? Understand it. Anyway, moving on. We got some more people trying to figure out why men stop approaching women. Well, we already know the reason why, but let's see what they have to say and we'll respond to it.
Struck up a conversation with this girl that was from Europe, and she was visiting Toronto, and she just was like, by the way, the men here, they just don't they don't approach you, or they'll find you attractive and just kind of do nothing. And I was like, yeah, welcome to Toronto, sis.
Do y'all think that's a product of just society as a whole? Because American women have that same sentiment over the last 5-10 years, been vocal about men not approaching them. So now men are like, all right, well, y'all have been the loudest talking about y'all don't want men to approach us. Don't approach me. Don't talk to me if you see me in public. So now we're following suit, and now it's y'all not trying to approach. I'm like, which one is it?
I think it's how you approach, though. It's not always just about the approach. I think it's how you approach. Sometimes it comes off a little.
I think it's how attracted you are to the person when they approach you.
I notice women do that too. If a man's not attracted and they approach them and they're not interested, they're like, oh, this guy's a creep. But if he's fine now and he comes and it's like, oh, okay. It's a little different. Yeah.
Struck up a conversation.
Isn't that crazy? There's two sets of rules. Rules for the guy she likes and rules for the guy she doesn't like. How are we supposed to know you like us if we're the one doing the approach? Y'all want us to approach and we got to risk rejection, but you don't want to approach and risk rejection. And by the way, a lot of women say they don't need a man. They don't need a man, but you want us to approach? So you don't need us, but you want us to approach. These are the word games that confuse men. See, I learned to understand female language. I learned to understand that women say one thing and do another. You don't know how many times I've discovered that if a woman says something, she usually means the opposite. So if a girl says, I don't need a man, what she really says is, I really need a man. If a girl says, I don't like you, what she really means is, I really like you. This is why people say that when a girl says no, she really means yes. And people get upset oh, no means no, no means no. Well, you know what? That might be the case, and I'm okay with that sentiment, but the reality is, you don't know how many times a girl told me she wasn't going to do something right before she did it. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I ain't going to suck on this, right? She's holding my thing, told me she ain't going to suck on it. Moments later, she's sucking on it. You feel me? Why'd you even tell me that? Oh, yeah, we're not going to smash tonight. All right. I've learned at the time, I was like, oh, I ain't going to say nothing, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? Smashing that night. I've had that happen so many times. Guys, this is why I gained my confidence. I wasn't always confident. There was a point in my life where I never hooked up with a hot girl. And I was dying to hook up with a hot girl. I won't lie. But you know what I did? I had to improve myself. I didn't know when I just improved myself to improve myself. I wasn't doing it directly for women. But I learned that dress better, smell better, carry myself better. And slowly but surely, girls find me more attractive, especially as I grew up. You know, when you're younger, you're kind of growing into your face, you're kind of growing into your body. It's a little harder, but when you really grow into your masculine self, you start really growing, you can get more girls. So I'm saying this to say that I've learned to think this way. This is not something that just happened to me overnight. You know what I'm saying? There was a time where my first real girlfriend, she was fat. I'm going to keep it real with you. She was. But she had swag. She taught me how to dress a little bit. So I learned a lot from her, and I built confidence because I got to be with a girl that found me attractive. And this is what you might have to do. You might have to be with a girl and she doesn't look all that, but that's your starting point. Okay? It might be your ending point, too, if you can look past her looks. Because the girl I dated, she was cool. You know what I'm saying? She bought me stuff. She spoiled me. Like, I told you guys the story, right? She bought me my favorite pair of sneakers. I won these pair of sneakers. She found out about it, and she bought it for me for my birthday. And I felt obligated to date her. And I dated her for like a year or so until one day my uncle told me, like, yo, why you dating this girl? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, why you dating her? And I explained my reason why. He's like, yo, you dating her out of convenience? Yo, break up with that girl. And I broke with her. She was so pissed. She was so mad. She hates me to this day for breaking up for her. Because I told her the truth. You know, I told her my uncle told me to break up with you. Anyway, moving forward. Here's a girl trying to break down. Oh, men are not approaching women anymore. Blah, blah. And, you know, because we're scared or whatever she thinks, we're going to listen to what she has to say and we'll respond to it.
So apparently single men are starting to become afraid to approach women in real life because they don't want to be viewed as creepy. Around like 53% according to this one study. And I just really think that is not enough. Run the percentage up. Run the percentage up. This is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing, and I'm going to tell you why. A man being concerned about being viewed as creepy while approaching a woman shows an awareness of the reality of violence that women face when they're approached by men, when they deal with men, when they're talked to by men, when they're harassed by men, cackled by men, etc. And he does not want to be a part of said reality. There is literally nothing negative about men starting to be hyper aware of how they're interacting with women. There's no negative to that because it's been on the other end of the spectrum for so long, right? Like men have been so used to women being at their disposal and their availability whenever they want to, right? That now some men see it as a slight that, oh my God, I have to worry about being viewed as a creep. You have to worry about being viewed as a creep while we have to worry about death. This is not a slight to you if you are concerned about being viewed as creepy. You should be. You should be thinking, how am I going to approach this woman in a way that is not going to scare her, that is not going to creep her out or freak her out or make her feel like I am dangerous. You should absolutely be thinking that. And then for the men that are like, well, how am I supposed to date women now? Oh my gosh, like, how am I supposed to go on dates? Do you hear yourself? Your complaint is that going out on dates with women is now going to be harder for you. That doesn't sound like the most privileged thing. Being harder for y'all to approach us is not oppression. That is not a slight to you. That is a byproduct of the violence that we have to deal with and face. It's a byproduct of all these other men in the world that make that so difficult. A black woman and girl was killed every 6 hours in 2020. Around 81% of women in general deal with sexual harassment. Women get killed for saying no to men on the street. Until those statistics and statistics like it stop, we have a right to not be sure if you as a man approaching us is going to be one of those men. And you need to start thinking about your behavior and making sure you do not become one of those men or come off as one of those men. This is not a negative thing. A lot of y'all need to be concerned about being viewed as a creep. So apparently...
So light-skinned Keisha with the pretty privilege is going on and explaining to us why it's okay not to approach women. And it's easy for her to say that because she probably gets approached a lot. I won't lie. She's decently attractive. I'm going to give her like a 5 or 6. She's decently attractive. The light skin helping her out. The jugs, you know, she got major jugs helping out. But here's the reality of it, right? She wants to be more than a look. So you know how I know? Because she got a septum nose pierced. She got a tattoo. Clearly, it's probably beneath her boobs, like Rihanna. Like it's so played out, but every girl thinks it's, oh, I'm gonna be a goddess. I'm gonna be like Rihanna. I'm gonna have to. It's so played out, but every girl does it. She wants to be clearly. If I just not knowing anything about her, she wants to be looked at as more than her look, spiritual, this and that. She probably got chakras, and she be talking about Mercury and retrograde. She's one of those type of girls, okay? She's spiritual Keisha. She's one with nature Keisha, okay? She got the hoop earring. She got the whole look. The septum ring. She got the whole look, okay? And she's probably a freak. I won't even lie to you. She's probably a freak, and she knows she is. And she probably, I'm gonna tell you what I really think. She probably do got that good. I won't even lie to you. She probably, because she's one of those girls, and I met girls like this before. They're so introspective, and even though they're not that smart, I'm not saying she's smart, but she's so focused on being desired and worshipped. She wants to be this like, I'm that it girl. She just wants that, you know what I'm saying? So they go down this route of, I'm going to be super preppy, I'm going to be super spiritual, Erykah Badu-ish. She went the spiritual Erykah Badu-ish route, okay? So trust me, she's very cognizant and very aware of how she performs in that bedroom. This is a performer, okay? But because of it, she doesn't want to be approached by men. And it's confusing to men who've never dealt with a girl like this because their thoughts are, oh, I find you attractive, approach you. And she'll just reject you, and her reasons are because women get killed. And all this nonsense that ain't got nothing to do with the price of salt in Africa. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Because women citing these studies as if we know, if 1 out of 6 black women have been killed by violence, please point them out. Because I don't know that many black women that got killed by violence, by DV. I don't. I know a lot of black men that got killed, especially behind women who made up lies about them. I know a lot of black men that are in jail about women lying about them. I know that. So when we talk about all these black women getting killed, I don't see where they at. I don't know. I don't want to see it, but where they at? I don't know any of them like that. In fact, the apartment that I'm living in right now, this apartment I'm living in, it used to be my neighbor's apartment. I moved into his apartment because I had some issues in my apartment. But the only reason why I moved into his apartment, because he got stabbed to death. Yeah. A dude I knew, you know what I'm saying, got stabbed to death. Yeah. Now, I can't tell you, I know a lot of stories like that in girls. Oh, I know this girl that got murked, that girl. I know girls that got hit by straight bullets. But I really don't know girls that got beaten to death or something like that. I don't know. So if you guys know, let me know in the comments. I don't know. So what she's talking about is clearly irrelevant to me. Anyway, moving forward, here's another girl. We know, shout out to Deja. We know we covered Deja a lot because Deja's always involved in these discussions. She always giving her opinion, okay? She's a content creator. I get it. Shout out to you. Let's listen to what she has to say and we'll respond to it.
I just saw a video of this man saying, he's like, am I the only guy that will never approach a woman? Like, no matter how beautiful she is, no matter, and whatever, I'll never approach a woman. And he's saying that if a woman really wants you, she'll come up to you. Jesus Christ, I come to you now. I come to you now, Lord, as humbly as I know how, to ask you to please send the flood. Oh God, send the flood now. Send the flood now. It just feels like every time I get on this app and I let myself watch a video where a man is going to be opening his mouth, I end up upset. And it's nobody's fault but mine. It's my fault because I shouldn't have watched the video. I knew when the video started, I said, I'm not going to like what he's about to say. I knew it. And I still sat there and I watched it. That's on me. But you know what I can do? I can pray. Yeah, I can pray. Let me say it again for those that did not hear. God, please send the flood now. Because what are we talking about? Any woman that wants you is going to come up to you. And this is the dating pool right now. That's it. That's it. These are the men that God has provided for us. Oh my God, we have strayed so far from his light. Lord, have you abandoned us completely? It's nothing wrong with approaching a man. It's nothing wrong with approaching a man. I've done it before. Not often, but I mean, I'm not afraid of it. Just do it if you want to do it. But that can't be this. This is why I don't actively discourage other women from doing it, because if you want to do it, do what you want to do. And if it works for you, it works for you. But y'all are messing up the balance. You messing up the balance because now y'all got them thinking that that's how it's supposed to be. And that's where I draw the line. That's where I have to draw the line. Because there's no way in heaven, hell, earth, or anywhere in between where that's going to be the norm. Absolutely not. I just saw a video of this man.
You know, Deja doesn't want it to be the norm, but you know the reality of it, Deja? The men you want, because if I had to put myself in Deja's head for a second, my thoughts are she wants a man on her level, right? She got some status, she's attractive. I'm gonna shoot her some bail, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give her a just due. She wants a man on her level. Here's the reality, Deja, I'm gonna let you know. Men on that level, we get approached. And I know this is why I've learned to just be quiet about it, because it bothers women. It bothers them. How dare you think you that man? What? Like, when you're him, you think women would like, all right, you know, they respect it. Women are upset when you're him. This is why a lot of men, they think they want to be level up. They want to be an alpha, a high value man. It gets harder up here, my friend. It gets harder up here. It doesn't get easier. This is why I can still make this content, make this video. I still have drama in my life with women. This is one of the dramas. They hate, they resent the fact that you're that guy, that you're him. They resent it. How dare you say that, oh, try to be the norm, that women approach you. I said it, and I try to tell this to women all the time. I've been chased by women my entire life. They weren't all that attractive to begin with. They got a lot better over time. I had some attractive ones when I was younger, before I could even think about girls at 12, 13 years old. Then in between 14, 15, they were okay. They had a decent one I lost my virginity to, and then they were kind of bad, 17, 18, and then 19, not too good, and then 20, not too good. By the time I hit 21, that's when shit took off, and I really became him. You know what I'm saying? So I had spidiness. But for the most part, women have always showed interest. They have always approached me, and that's how I knew I was attractive. Only because of that. And I know from what I heard from other men, they're not used to that. So look, men, I get it. Not everyone gets approached. It's not the end of the world if you don't. If you got to approach. If you don't want to approach, that's cool too. Okay? But understand this. If you are a Chad, if you are a Tyrone, if you are that guy, women will be mad at you. They'll resent you. They'll put up a tougher wall because they don't want to succumb to you. I had a girl that I was dating. She went down on me. I'm standing up. She's on her knees. And she stopped, and you know what she told me? And this is burned in my head. I would never forget. She looked up and she told me, she was like, you think you're so cool. What? You think you're so cool. You know what I'm saying? Because in her mind, she's on her knees, you know what I'm saying, performing for me, pleasuring me, and I'm just sitting back, just relaxing. And she's like, the nerve of you to think you're that dude. And by the way, she was bad. And she was my girl, so I was kind of lost. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you're my girl. What do you mean? Like, it's not like you're some random. But I've had girls that weren't my girl say stuff like that. I had a girl that went down on me. She told me, oh, you're probably never going to talk to me again. For anyone that read my book, you know the story I'm talking about. Go check out my book, Be Attractive or Shut Up. It's a great story in there, and I talk about how a girl told me, she was like, you're probably not going to talk to me again. You know what I'm saying? Because they think about it like, oh, you think you're so cool. Oh, you're so cool. And a lot of times when you're a guy like this in this position, what happens is girls don't want to compliment you because they don't want to soup your head up. Deja doesn't want to soup a man's head up. She don't want you. You don't want a man to think he's all that. How dare you? The nerve of you think you all that. You ain't all that. Who you think you are? I'm exactly who God said I am. I'm him. Don't be mad at me. I'm him. So what happens in the stage like me, if any of my guys can relate to me, what happens is you still get rejected by girls. You get rejected by girls who's scared that if they fall in love with you, you're just gonna play them. I've had it happen a lot. That girls automatically know that. Like I said, that like the one girl when she's, you know what I'm saying, pleasing me. She said, you're probably not going to talk to me again. Some girls, they want to avoid that stage. They want to avoid before it ends up in their mouth. They want to just avoid it altogether. I've seen that. Okay? So, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Everybody's struggling with women because women are just that crazy. They're batshit crazy. Anyway, I actually reacted to this video not that long ago. But here's a guy reacting to the video that I reacted to. Of another girl. So he's not reacting to my video, but he's reacting to this girl as well. Let's see what he has to say and we'll respond to him.
I just need to know from a men's perspective, are y'all waiting on girls to talk to you first? Like, are you waiting on a girl?
So most men don't approach women. This is a misconception. There's a group of men, small group of men, that approach women. And if they're approaching you, they're approaching every woman. They don't have social anxiety. They don't understand social cues and they don't read the room, right? These guys oftentimes are even unhinged. These are the guys that will approach women and you'll hear about the terrible, unpleasant experience that the women have had with these types of men. Now, I'm not saying that all men in that group are unhinged. I'm saying quite a lot of them are. And even if they aren't unhinged, oftentimes that group of guys are the ones that can't take no for an answer. Now, the majority of men oftentimes aren't approaching women. Anytime that you're out strolling on the street or at a nightclub, wherever you may be, if you tally up the amount of men that don't pay you any mind at all to the guys that actually approach you, the guys that approach you will always be the minority. So the majority of men weren't approaching, haven't been approaching anyway, right? But if you are on social media or you just listen to women, they are generally repulsed by the existence of men. right? The way that they speak. And of course, they speak in a general way. But for the good men that may be wanting to approach you, they only hear about your general feelings towards men, which is that you don't want men to approach you, which is that your interactions with men generally is an inconvenience. And overall, throughout your life experience has been an unpleasant interaction. Now, while that
it's not all men. See, like when he keeps going down this pattern, and I gotta kind of disagree with him a little bit. Women don't take what they're saying literally. What they're doing a couple things. One, women like drama, and they like drama for a reason because drama's interesting. They're not bored, right? They also like the idea that they're so valuable, they're so desired, they're so sought after. So this is why they come to the internet complaining about this. The biggest mistake you could do is think that if a girl's complaining that she's really upset by what she's saying she's upset about. They're not. I showed you earlier, a girl ran to the internet talking about a guy that's supposedly so repulsed by. So then why are you telling us a story? I don't really tell y'all a story about people I'm repulsed by. I tell you things that I'm shocked by. Shocking, you know what I'm saying? I don't just tell you to tell you. I'm doing a service here. This is my job. I get paid to do this. This is what pays the rent. YouTube pays the rent. You feel me? Shout out to YouTube because they just actually ran that check. YouTube pays once a month, and they usually drop the check on the 21st. It's the 21st of May. Hey, got paid. But I'm saying this to say this. I don't just come here telling stories to make myself look good. I'm doing a service for the community. That's why I'm doing it. But if a girl's doing it, she's doing it not to serve anyone else but herself. That's why she's doing it. She's doing it so she can feel good. Oh yeah, men want me. No, this is why you can't take what women say at face value. It's hard for a lot of men. A lot of men don't understand this. But I've learned how many girls who like me will tell me they don't like me. I could tell you so many stories. In fact, that's why I'm writing books about it, to tell these stories, because they will shock you and you can learn from them. You guys can learn from them. Anyway, moving forward, we got another guy saying the reasons why men don't approach women. I thought he had some interesting responses. Let's listen to what he has to say and we'll respond to it.
Y'all talking about why men aren't approaching women anymore? It's because men have been fucking brainwashed to think that they're fucking worthless if they're not in the right position to fucking trick on you. If niggas can't fucking pay y'all bills, man, a lot of these men are not in position to do what y'all speak on social media. I don't know if y'all know, but constantly saying this every single day is brainwashing men. That's why you're not getting approached, because these men have been brainwashed to think that they need to be more than who they are now. Y'all talking about why
men... And the funny thing is the opposite for women. Women think they could be less. I showed you a girl who was noticeably overweight. She's trying to pose in the camera a certain way so she didn't look like she was overweight, but she was noticeably overweight. And she still expects men to just approach her. Imagine that. You could be a homeless woman and you expect men to approach you. No matter how you are, you're just so entitled to men. And it's so one-sided, right? It's so one-sided, this idea that men's supposed to just serve women and get nothing in return because, I don't want nothing from somebody that can just do something out of the kindness of their heart. Women have all these ways to manipulate you. That's what they do. Women don't have physical power over us, but they can manipulate us. They can influence our emotions. They can lie. This is ways that women use their power. They think they're powerless. Women are not powerless. They think they're powerless because they don't have our type of power. Our type of power is a leadership power. I'll make you do what I say type of power. And this is why men, they got to be very careful, because if you do that to women, you try to bully them, you know what I'm saying, you would catch a case. Look at Diddy. He's involved in that now, where he uses physical brute force, his dominance over a woman. You can't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? That's when you got to really be a gentleman in those situations. But I'm saying that to say that women want our type of power too. They want their power and our type of power. So they're constantly trying to manipulate you to believe something that ain't true. Men are more than enough for a lot of these women, because a lot of people are average. In fact, a lot of men, their average is better than women average. The average man is not overweight the way the average black woman is. Average black woman weighs a lot more than she's supposed to. Average black man, he weighs more than he's supposed to, but not a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Average black women tend to be unhealthier than the black men. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's end off with this video. She says men aren't approaching women. Let's listen to what she got to say and we'll respond to it.
Is it just me, or has the rate at which guys approach girls plummeted? Actually, I feel like when I go to Nigeria this Christmas, I will really believe if it's like me. Maybe like I'm not just a bitch I think I am. You know what I'm saying? Or if the temperature has really changed and men don't approach women any longer. What's tea? What's going on? Did I miss something? But it's weird. Like, I saw the cutest guy today at a dispensary, and his voice was deep, like tilted my waist, and like, you know, not even a glance, not even like a side eye, nothing. That hurt my feelings.
And when are you gonna blame yourself and not the man? You think the hair's not yours. You flipping somebody else's hair is not gonna impress us. You got a nose ring, it's not gonna impress us. You're probably a big back, that ain't gonna impress us either. And here's the reality, women, if you like a man, you approach him, you're the one that likes him. You the one that likes him. Y'all want us to approach you if y'all like us. How that make sense? It's like saying that you want a job to reach out and scout you that you already want. Why don't you just apply? If you want that job, apply for it. You're mad as hell the job ain't reaching out to you. We ain't thinking about you. We're not thinking about you. But it's the audacity of women that think that the men they like is going to chase after them so they can decide, okay, I'm going to see if I'm going to let him get some or not. They're going to dangle the carrot in front of your face, making you, oh, yeah. She really wants you. She would have been let you hell on the first date, but she going to make you wait because she really like you. Because since she really like you, she going to make you wait. And the dude that she likes, but she don't want a future with, she letting him crack the first night. Makes no sense, but this is womanese for you. And let me tell you something. Us men, we think very different. And that's why if you want to understand women, get my ebook. Click the link in the description. I've talked about it so many times, but I go over this stuff. I'm actually writing another book as we speak right now. As we speak, okay? It's called Triple Your Body Count. I know. It's a crazy title, right? Especially coming out of a Christian's mouth. Because you guys really shouldn't be fornicating, right? But I'm going to tell you the skills that I've learned that can help you achieve the goal that you want to achieve in this modern world. Okay, it's called Triple Your Body Count. Get ready for that book. It's coming out to everybody who already got my first book. You're going to be emailed as soon as this book comes out. I'm almost done with it. It's really, really good. I want to focus on the specific details that I couldn't include in my original book. So get ready for that. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.